Science in the absence of humanity is not only irrelevant but dangerous. Since December 2000, a committee of 15 individuals from diverse professions including law, medicine, biomedical sciences, philosophy and social sciences, as well as representatives from religious groups and the media, has been deliberating on ethical, legal and social issues arising from the research of biomedical sciences in Singapore. This is the Bioethics Advisory Committee, or the BAC. The BAC examines ethical issues arising from biomedical research, which impact society, and develops policies for recommendation to the Singapore government. Our work ensures that individual rights and welfare are protected while supporting the aspiration of biomedical sciences. The BAC recognises the need to reference the work of the international community to ensure the robustness of our ethical standards. Through the engagement of seasoned ethical experts, the BAC has chosen not to reinvent the wheel. This is why it is built up on a solid foundation in constructing an ethical framework that integrates both local values and international standards. In 2012, BAC Chair, Chief District Judge retired Richard Magnus, became the first Singaporean to be appointed as a member of UNESCO's International Bioethics Committee, IBC. This makes him just one of 36 independent experts tracking progress in the life sciences and its applications with the aim of protecting human dignity and freedom. In recognition of his work, Mr. Magnus was elected as Vice Chair of the IBC for 2 consecutive 2-year terms from 2016 to 2019.
UNESCO is the only international body at the United Nations level that is involved in the development of bioethical framework in the area of biomedical research. There is no convention at the moment nor treaty which makes it mandatory for jurisdictions to comply with those recommendations. And because it is part of soft law and evolving, it is important for Singapore to be involved in the discussion of those recommendations or opinions expressed at the UNESCO level.
Singapore's role at the IBC today continues with the appointment of BAC's very own Professor Lee A-Heen as an IBC member for the 2020 to 2023 term.
It is a privilege and honour to be elected a member of UNESCO's International Bioethics Committee. Singapore's first representative on the IBC, Mr. Richard Magnus, has set a firm foundation from which I will continue to represent Singapore on the international stage in bioethics. In 2020, when COVID-19 struck, one of the first things on our agenda was to discuss the ethical issues arising from the pandemic. And this resulted in the release of 2 UNESCO IBC Commerce joint statements, the first on ethical considerations from a global perspective, and the second on a call for vaccines, equity and solidarity.
BAC member Mr. Charles Lim has also made his mark as Singapore's representative at the Intergovernmental Bioethics Committee, IGBC. The role of the IGBC is to evaluate IBC's work and formulate proposals for distribution to member states.
My role in the IGBC is to scrutinize the reports of the International Bioethics Committee to ensure that they are aligned with the realities and resource limitations that governments face all over the world, especially from the Singapore context. Bioethics does not operate in a vacuum, and there are different realities in different countries. And we try to ensure that the IBC reports reflect these sentiments on the ground. We also try to share our experiences in bioethics, biomedical research, and healthcare in Singapore. In this way, we bring a different, uniquely Singaporean perspective that just might hopefully improve the quality of the IBC reports, or at the very least to stimulate thought on these issues.
The appointments of BAC's members to these positions have allowed BAC to be involved in articulating bioethics standards that protect human welfare at the global level. Mr. Magnus and Professor Lee have both worked on several ethical guidance documents. The BAC has also been an active participant of diverse platforms that promote the exchange of information and experiences on prominent ethical topics. The BAC had the honour of hosting the 8th Global Summit of National Bioethics Advisory Bodies, NBAB, under the auspices of the World Health Organization and the 10th World Congress of Bioethics held in Singapore in 2010.
I had the privilege to join the Singapore delegation for the second AP-NEC meeting held in Wellington in October 2019. The main theme of the meeting was reducing inequities through solutions-oriented bioethics. We shared and exchanged ideas on the common biomedical issues in our countries and also had a better understanding of the issues that has been faced by our regional counterparts. We actually had a very insightful, engaging and fruitful discussion with our peers from New Zealand and Australia, who shared their experiences in addressing the ethical issues arising from research conducted in their indigenous populations and showed actually how they ensured these populations have equitable access to healthcare. We also shared the challenges and opportunities that has been encountered by our Bioethics Advisory Committee as we strive to build Singapore's national bioethics capabilities and capacity, such as also incorporating BAC's guidelines into the Human Biomedical Research Act.
The BAC also engages with its international counterparts, such as the Nuffield Council on Bioethics and US Presidential Commission for the Study of Bioethical Issues at various international bioethics meetings.
Bioethics is a continuously evolving field. Just as humanity and science will not stop evolving, neither should perspectives on ethics be cast in stone. Therefore, our work in BAC is never done. We will always be open and ready to investigate and revisit ethical issues to safeguard public trust and uphold high ethical standards for human biomedical research in Singapore.